Welcome students. Today we will learn some pattern generation programs. What if we want to generate a simple pattern like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how would one go about generating a pattern? How many lines are there? There are 5 lines. Each line starts with a 1, right? And every line has one additional number. Okay, so suppose we run a loop to run 5 times. Okay, which one loop is for lines, another loop is to print numbers in each line. Okay, so in this loop, second loop, we want to print numbers, and after printing a number, we don't want to print a new line, right? We want to print a new line after all numbers in that line are done. Okay, so a simple C-like program in Python would be for I in range 5, because there are 5 lines, then for j in range I plus 1, right? Why plus 1? Because initial value of I is 0. So then we print j plus 1, because j starts from 0, right? Range object starts from 0, but we want to start from 1 every time. And we do not want to end with a new line. The default it ends with a new line. We want to end with an empty string. And after that line is done, that means this j loop is over. Inside the I loop, when the line is printed, we just print nothing. That means we actually print a new line character, right? So it generates our pattern fine. Alright. So is there any other way we can generate this pattern? Let us see. So what are we doing here? Initially we are starting with a number 1. Okay. Next, if we do 1 into 10 plus 2, it will give me 12. Then I take this 12 into 10 plus 3, it will give me 123. I take 123 into 10 plus 4 will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? So we can generate the number every time. So we can start say with n is 0, right? And then we run a for I in range, and this time we want to start from 1. And we'll go till 5. So 6 is the last. When we reach 6, this loop will end. Okay, and then every time we do n is equal to n into 10 plus that new I. Initially I is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, and then we just simply print n. Okay, again we get the same pattern back. So there is yet another way to do this. Suppose I generated a string 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Suppose I have somehow generated this string s, right? Now I can simply slice this string. Initially I want to slice it first character, then first 2, then first 3, then first 4 and then first 5, right? Suppose I had that string, right? So we can write s is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now all we'll have to do for I in range 1, 6 print s of, so we are just printing that slice. Okay, so we get that pattern back. Now what if it can be anything, like it can have 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, up to 9 lines, right? So we can simply generate a greater string, like we can generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And then n can be our int input, and say n was inputted as 8, and then we did for I in range 1, n plus 1, then print s colon I. So we get our pattern back. Alright, now let us try to modify this pattern. Rather than left line, now I want to change this pattern to 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. How can we do that? Now I want to right align it actually. So suppose I have pre-generated this string and I know this n, right? So I have this n value which is 8. Okay, so I want to print each of this slice in how many? In actually 8 spaces, and I want to right align them. So our n value is 8 and our string s is ready. So suppose I want to print this fourth line, 1, 2, 3, 4 of that pattern. How will I print? I will do curly bracket colon, write a line in 8 spaces, dot format. And I will pass S with a slice of first 4 characters. So I will print 1, 2, 3, 4, write a line. So there will be these 4 empty spaces will be here. Okay. Now we can create our template string colon greater than 8. But we don't want to hard code this 8 because we have this n here and I want to depend it upon n. So we can close that here and plus strn plus. This is our template. Now we can do our for loop for I in range 1, 6, right? And then we print template dot format and we pass our slice and we get our pattern back. Okay. Similar logic we can apply to other methods to generate this pattern. Alright. What if I want to generate the pattern in reverse? Suppose the pattern I want to generate is now 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. What will I do? It's very simple. Same thing. All I want to do, I want to just reverse this string. How do I reverse a string? Is there a reverse method on a string? So we can actually slice it in reverse. We start with -1 colon colon and the step size is -1, right? But wait, what just happened? What happened is, so we reverse space, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. What will happen? It will become 4, 3, 2, 1, space, 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 space. Rather we want space, 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 4, 3, 2, 1. So what can we do? So we want to modify our template string. So rather than template string being right aligned, we want to keep it left aligned. And now we run our program again. We get our pattern back. Alright. So that's our pattern. Let us see some more patterns. Suppose we want to generate a pattern star, star, star. It's a very simple pattern. What can we do? So for I in range 1, 5, so you want to do 4 times and you just want to print star characters I times. So that is my pattern. Now I want to print it right aligned. We can do a similar thing. So we want to print in right align in 4 spaces dot format star character I times, right? Format. So this is right aligned. Suppose we want to now modify our pattern. We want to print this pattern star, 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 star. So how many stars in first line? 1. Second line 3. So first line 1, second line 3, third line 5, fourth line 7. What are these? These are my odd numbers. What is the formula for odd numbers? So nth odd number is 2n plus 1. So this is for n is equal to 0, right? N is equal to 0, 2n plus 1 is 2 into 0 plus 1, which is 1. So n is equal to 1, 2n plus 1 is 3. So we can write for I in range 4, right? I want to print in how many spaces? Maximum. Suppose 4 lines are there. So maximum are 7 spaces and I want to do center align, right? Dot format. How many stars I want to print? 2 into I plus 1, right? That's my formula of number of stars. So this is my central triangle pattern. Alright, so there are many ways to print interesting patterns. I hope this gives you an idea of how to use format to generate certain patterns.